tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Let's go!
Hey!
How you
gotta
guys
get hyped when you hear that song.
All right? How you guys doing out there? I'm excited. We're getting hyped in here at AfterBuzz TV. Thank you to Steven who picked this rocky song that is going to get us amped up for this show. And, you know, we've seen a lot today. You know, this was the end zone because this is the end. This is the last official Biggest Loser episode 17. What is it? Season 16, and next week is the finale. I'm your host, Fallon Mercedes, for the official after show on AfterBuzz TV for The Biggest Loser, and I have my beautiful co-host.
Yes, Morgan Martin. I'm excited. The music's getting me pumped.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good to reflect on the whole season, and wow, did we come so far. We were looking back at all the, you know, they did the flashbacks from the first episode to the audition tapes. Yeah. And wow, like, I know when you lose weight, you kind of forget what you look like. But wow, those befores till now are amazing. I cannot wait to see what they're going to look like at the finale, especially for those who are at home, who are trying to win the Biggest Loser winner at home, which is like, I think, $100,000.
Yeah,
or something crazy like that.
And I think what's so cool is about is, like, I mean, especially a lot of people that are on weight loss journeys, you know, in regular life, more or less. You, of course, you know, you can look back at pictures and things like that, but I mean, they really got to really watch their progression of, like, their training, their videos, like actually seeing the things that they go through. So it was really, I don't know, it was kind of nice just to see them kind of reflect in the response on their face, really looking back at their old selves.
Yeah. Let's reflect on some of our viewers out there who have been commenting on YouTube. Shout out to all you guys who actually watch us, who respond to us, who actually are real, like, huge fans of the show. And it was interesting to see. I feel like, you know, we're on the same page, even though you guys are not here with us. I feel like you guys feel us. Yeah. It was funny. I think Tatiana won. Yeah. She was saying how, you know, The Biggest Loser, she hopes Comeback Canyon does not come back next season because she feels like it's unfair, which we have kind of been saying because, I mean, look at today's episode. Yeah. Woody won all of Comeback Canyon, and it was only one comeback that he won after he got voted off, and now he didn't even make it as a finalist. Yeah. So it's kind of not fair.
Because I think it's the timing of it. It's like it depends on exactly who you're up against. It doesn't necessarily, the way that they have it structured doesn't necessarily show that they really are the biggest comeback kid. It just so happens that maybe they lose, you know, weight at the right time against the right person. So I'm not against Comeback Canyon per se. I think they just need to figure out a different way to make it work.
Yeah, I understand. And I think I'm going to pull up their name right now. We had another commenter who said, Average John, who is also great with his feedback. He was saying that, you know, we had mentioned on the show how, you know, Rob lashes out and, you know, he can sound crazy at times. Tatiana commented, you know, Rob seems psycho for lashing out. And Average John was saying, you know, he was voicing his opinion, his frustration, and he could kind of relate to him and understand why. And, you know, watching today's episode, when we were behind the scenes, we were kind of talking about how Dolvett, I believe, was the perfect trainer for Rob. I feel like he was the only one who on the show who could really handle Rob. Really, you know, I think it makes him such a great man. I love it when I see men and women who can, you know, be empathetic, sympathetic, but also be firm and be able to push and motivate a client. I think that's the struggle with, you know, being a trainer is, you know, you can't be too pushy because you actually can turn somebody off, and you can't be too hard, and you have to still be able to empathize and sympathize with your client. And I think that's something that Dolvett is great at. And I think that's one of the reasons why they kept him around, because I think if Jen was paired with Rob, I don't think she would have been tough enough. And Jessie, he's not even in the ballpark. He wouldn't be able to handle Rob. No. Rob would walk all over Jessie.
And I think it takes a skill to be able to, you know, someone like Rob who is very emotional, and now we do understand why, but it's that fine line between not babying them and letting them just like, oh, you know, poor Rob, but being able to, what it really is Dolvett knows how to really get in there, and he's not afraid to dig deep with his clients to really uncover why those things are happening, which is, of course, going to bring emotions. But then once those emotions surface, he knows how to kind of wrangle them in, like with this like firmness, but sensitivity at the same time, which I think is really, really key. And I think Rob is very lucky to have had Dolvett by his side, because I think that is a huge, huge reason of why he's still here.
Also, what was I going to say? Who was it? Sonia on the show. You know, we seen her this episode. She becomes a finalist, and you know, I feel like we see her in the show. She got a little emotional, but there's not much substance behind her. And I feel Toma the same way. There's not too much substance behind him. So I think for the 3 finalists on this show, I feel like Rob has, I'm predicting, this is an early prediction, I predict Rob's going to take it. I feel like all that emotion that he has inside of him, he uses it, and we see him. He pulls big numbers. He gets it out of him, and I feel like that is going to make him the biggest loser winner of it all. I feel like, I mean, Toma he pulls big numbers, but I don't think there's enough passion, or he doesn't show it enough. And then Sonia, I don't know. There's nothing. I mean, she could win, but there's nothing that strikes me that she's going to take it all home. I
don't know. I think what I do like about Sonia, and I think we haven't really gotten a chance to see it so much because I think it's just now where people peak differently, and I think she's really starting to really see herself differently. And, you know, she keeps saying that, you know, when she goes back home, you know, she's not married, she doesn't have kids, she doesn't have all these
so she actually
reasons why.
she might do better at home because she doesn't have those distractions.
Well, that's possible.
All she knows is working out. She don't have to entertain, you know, her husband or her children. So we actually might have to watch out for her.
I mean, the thing is, and I think we may maybe not feel as much tug for Sonia specifically as some of the others, is because, like, we know that, you know, Woody lost his wife, and Toma with his father, and then Rob, you know, with everything else that's going on, and then Sonia doesn't have that huge story.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But hers is more of an internal thing, so I don't think we can see it as much. But I don't know. I would still be on the lookout for Sonia.
You guys out there, let us know.
She's got that hair going.
I know. You guys out there, let us know what you think of her hair. We're loving it this episode.
I love your hair, Sonia.
It goes great with her weight loss. I was saying, you know, she kind of looked like a school teacher or a school secretary before.
She's
you know,
getting her
with
sexy back.
Exactly. She's getting her groove back being on Biggest Loser. You guys, let us know what you think of her haircut, and then let us know what you think if you feel she could be the Biggest Loser winner, or who do you think will it be? Will it be Toma? Will it be Rob? Or will it be Sonia? Who do you think is going to be the biggest at-home winner for Biggest Loser?
I don't know.
I know. That's
a tough one.
I even tweeted this out. I said, all my favorites are officially none of the finalists.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm still Team Scott.
First it was Damien. Love me some Damien. Then it was Scott. Scott went home. Then it was Woody. Woody's home. Like, not one person made it to the finals. Yep. So hopefully one of my favorites will at least win the at-home challenge. The challenge that we saw today was probably a challenge that none of the contestants want to have again. You know, it was kind of facing your fears and going backwards, in the sense that their challenge was to carry all their weight that they had lost throughout the entire season and carry it through the entire challenge. So they were in the stadium where they started at, and for each week, they had like a number represented in different sections of the stadium, and they had to race to that section and take off whatever weight of weights that they had on them, symbolizing the fat loss or weight that they lost that week. So, you know, Rob, what was it, 183 pounds that he had to carry on him? Yeah. That's a lot of weight.
It is.
Or maybe it was 143. Yeah. But it was pretty intense.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was very high. And I mean, but the thing is, I love challenges like that. And I wish we could see more of those throughout the season. Ones
like
that
symbolic.
Connect. Yeah, because I mean, Rob even
said,
not
just throwing coconuts over
like
in Hawaii.
Like, when are you ever going to do that again in life?
Exactly.
Like, you're not. No, that's not going to happen. But you got that connection, and you know, even after that challenge, Rob said, "You know what? Standing up on those stairs, trying to come down with all that weight on his shoulder, just really forced him to reflect on where he was, where he is now, the journey that he's traveled." And he said, you know, right there in that moment, he said, no matter what happens, he said, I've gotten exactly what I needed out of this process. Now, I don't think they would, I don't know how many challenges that we've seen them go through where you are getting that type of response. Mm-hmm. We're throwing coconuts, you know?
Yeah. I think they saved the best for last, because this definitely
But I think they could do a build-up, like give us something, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I wasn't really impressed with the last challenges that they had. So whoever won this challenge got to have the 1 pound advantage at the final weigh-in. Now, this is crucial because, you know, we've seen it on the scale with, who was it? Woody. If he had 1 pound more, or was it 2 pounds? I didn't write any notes this episode, guys. Sorry. But, you know, that could be crucial, you know. He went home because I think he needed to lose 5 pounds or more, and he lost 4. Yeah. So then Sonia beat him out. So now he's not a finalist. So I know Woody is just kicking himself. But at the same time, I know he's proud of himself. He even said it, that he made it this far. Yeah. And I mean, he's been through it all. He's really, not only physically, but emotionally, mentally, especially losing his wife and promising to her, you know, that he would lose weight for his kids so he could be around longer. Yeah. I think that alone, you're a winner.
Absolutely. I mean, and he said, one of my favorite quotes of the episode, he said, "My wife's can'ts are my wants." So it's almost like all the things that, you know, that she obviously now is not able to do is his reason for wanting to do so much. And so it was great even just seeing him with his family, with his kids and, you know, they're like, you know, working out together at the treadmill, shameless plug for Planet Fitness, all that good stuff. But it was good to be able to really, you see him like really going after it. And I think you can tell that this is really going to be a lifestyle change moving forward.
And they even said after the flashback under, like, you know, in text, it said Woody and his children now run 5Ks for breast cancer, because breast cancer was what caused his wife to pass. So
which is awesome.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think this show, I know I was talking to Morgan, and, you know, we're both personal trainers and we do hosting, and we were both saying, you know, being on The Biggest Loser as a trainer, I mean, Allie has a great job. Yeah, I mean, she's a host. She just looks cute and, you know, introduce all the challenges.
She's doing her thing.
But to be one of the trainers on the show would be like the ideal job. Like, not only are you impacting the clients that you are training, but you are making an impact on everybody watching it at home. Absolutely. So it's like the best of both worlds. So like, Biggest Losers producers, if you're watching, me and Morgan are available. We also seen in the beginning of this episode, I think her name is Jenny, and she's a reporter from NBC. Yeah. Let me see. I had tweeted out earlier. But she was a guest trainer on the show. And I was thinking, you know, she really got it. I mean, she's 7 months pregnant. She's a fitness correspondent for, like, the Today Show. Right. And she has a guest spot on The Biggest Loser. And She's 7 months pregnant. Like I said again, like how do you get a spot on the show 7 months pregnant? She wanted to show the contestants how to do workouts at home, you know, when you're not in the gym, when you're on the road. Yeah. And I was just like, how did you feel about that?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I think there's two sides. Even with her, you know, being, whatever the situation is, I mean, her being able to be there, I think that even just shows so many people stop themselves by their obstacles,
Jenna Wolf,
whether
that's
it being,
her name. Jenna Wolf,
whether
sorry.
it being pregnant or this or that or whatever. So I think it's kind of nice to just be able to have somebody on there that's got that even on there too as well.
I think it was a stretch. I think it was a real stretch. And I also think it might be a little like foreshadow of next season. Maybe she might replace one of the trainers, because when do we see random people come in and train on The Biggest Loser?
That's true.
You know, we have Bob, but Bob was a Biggest Loser trainer. We had, you know, some of the NFL players, but they
make sense because they're athletes.
But yeah, they're athletes, and they were either like played football or whatever sport with some of the contestants. So we have this random fitness expert reporter show up and start training. I think she's definitely not going to replace Jen. I know that. Jen is staying. I think everybody loved her.
Yeah.
I think if Dolvett goes, it's because he wants to go.
Yeah, I love Dolvett.
Yeah, Dolvett, I think he's great, but I think maybe if he goes, it's not because the audience wasn't feeling him. I think Jessie, if she's going to replace anybody, it will probably be Jessie.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think of the three. Jessie, he just didn't give me, I don't know. It just nice to look at, you know?
Mm-hmm. He is nice to look at.
No, I mean, it's just there's something, some type of spark or some pull that's missing. Mm-hmm. And I think it connected even more when they did bring Bob back in, because you see what he's able to give. And that's what's missing, I think, from Jessie. Yeah, really being able to pull that out there, but you never know.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe it's maybe it's the first season jitters. You feel like you can't really be yourself. Oh, it's time to go. That's our clock. No, but seriously, this was kind of a short episode. We'll go over the final weigh-ins for the final weigh-in, and then I guess we'll come back to you guys next week. We're going to try to go to the finale. I went not last season, but the season before, and it was amazing. So I'm going to do my best to get at the finale for you guys, to report and tweet out and do some red carpet reporting and interview some of the contestants and trainers. And then, of course, we'll be back here to do the final recap for the finale. But Morgan, I see that you have those final numbers.
I do have the final numbers. So we had Toma, who lost 3 pounds, which, first coming off, of course, he was the first person on the scale because he did win the challenge and got that 1 pound advantage. So I think he was pretty disappointed coming off and only having to lose 3 pounds in the very last weigh-in before the finale. But it's still enough to keep him. And then we've got Rob, who dropped a whopping 13 pounds.
Rob killed it.
Yeah,
he killed it last week. Yep, and
which
this
is huge. So Rob's emotions really pulling him through. We got Woody, who lost 4 pounds, and Sonia, who came up with 6.
Yeah, so Woody had to go home, like we kind of stated earlier. I guess we'll go over some more in-depth predictions.
Yes.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, I kind of stated earlier my prediction was Rob is going to take it all because he is so emo. He's going to channel all of his emotions and really channel it in on the scale. The only thing I'm worried about is I don't know if the show is TV time or real time. So if he had 2 big weigh-ins in a row, and let's say the finale really is this week, then those numbers might not be that big on the scale. True. But I assume that the producers want to see a big finale, wow, I can't believe, look at them. So I predict that this last episode was filmed a couple months ago, maybe 2 months ago, something, you know, where they have a little bit of time to make a significant change and be able to pop up at the finale and really throw up some big numbers on the scale. So I'm going to go with Rob. That's my final answer. What's your final answer, Morgan?
Oh, I'm on the fence here, but I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm actually really going to go for Sonya.
I knew you were going to say that.
Girl power, I don't know. No, I think that her story we didn't fully get to really see Sonya until these last couple of episodes. And she has a lot. She has such a deep story that I don't think fully got told or didn't able to really be expressed in this big, huge way like how Rob is. And but she's a fighter, and she's got a lot in there. So I'm going for you, Sonya.
All right, Team Sonya, Team Rob. Let us know what team you're on, and we will see you next week. We love you guys. You guys have been with us for 17 weeks now.
Woo!
It's been a long run, but it's been a good run. I love this show. I know you guys love this show too, and I love AfterBuzz.
Yes, and thank you guys so much for
thank
commenting, and we love to hear from you guys too, and looking forward to the finale next week.
Yes, you guys can find me online at fitwithfallon.com. Give you all, you know, health and fitness news, and then of course tweet me, Instagram me at FitWithFallon. Where can they find you, Morgan?
Absolutely, and you can find me at Instagram and on Twitter at ms_Morgan Martin.
All right, you guys, we'll see you next week for the Biggest Losers finale, the final show. So it'll be good. See you guys next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.